When I was a kid, I was overweight. I was overweight, and I remember going to the doctor, and the doctor saying that I was obese, and I had no idea what it was. But that's when I realized that he was calling me fat. So anyway, as far as I can remember, that's something that I always wanted to do, and I was never able to achieve it, to be able to maintain a consistent weight until I signed up for a gym membership. Because I try to do it at home, and I got a machine, and I try to eat healthier, or at least what I thought was healthier at that time, but I had no idea what it was. I just thought that if I ate less, I would lose weight. And if I worked out, that I would put on muscle. But it never worked that way because I didn't realize that I had to eat depending on what my objective was. I had to focus on that. Like, if I wanted to lose weight, then I would have to eat less. And if I wanted to put on mass, then I would have to eat more. And I didn't know that when I was a kid. I just knew that I had to exercise and I had to eat better. I just didn't know how to eat better. And that's one of the difficult things to do is when you're first getting into fitness is that you really have no idea how to lose weight. And even though to me that I've been doing it for a while now, it's easy. I can tell you, like, if you want to lose weight, just get on a deficit and take in less calories, and then you'll lose weight. Boom. It's easy, at least for me, right? But as a beginner, you won't really understand that concept. And if your goal is to lose weight as a beginner, then the most effective way would be to keep track of your macros. And even with me saying that, is that I understand that that's not really something that is a beginner technique. It's a little bit more advanced because you have to take the time to download the app. You have to download the app on your phone. Choose your age, choose your gender, choose your objective, which is if you want to lose weight, then you want to put on there that you want to lose weight and how fast you want to lose that weight. It's going to ask you by a certain percentage, 10%, 20%. 20% would be faster, 10% would be a little bit slower. And if you're just now starting and getting to know your body, then I would recommend 10% weight loss because you don't want to jump on 20% and then realize that you burn calories super fast, and you're going to burn calories and you're going to lose faster than you should. And so when you first start off as a beginner, you want to get to learn your body. You want to get to know your body. You want to get to know who you are. And just type in that information and start going to the store and finding foods, experiment with the foods, try different things, because not all of these foods you're going to like. And just choose foods that will fit inside of your macros, whatever your macros is, because it'll tell you right now, my macros, I think for the day are at 2,400 calories for the day because I'm on a deficit. And don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I'm just off the top of my head. And so choose foods when you go to the store and look at the nutritional facts and try to find foods that fit inside of your macros. And literally, it can be anything as long as it fits in your macros. You can go down to the frozen food section and you can find a burger in there that's 2,400 calories and it'll fit your macros and you'll be able to lose weight at that point if that's your 10% deficit. But the thing is that you'll only be able to eat that one burger for the day. So you want to be a little bit smarter when you're choosing your foods and you're trying to make them fit inside your macros. The leaner the food is, the less fat that the food has in it, the more that you'll be able to eat throughout the day. And so when I'm on a deficit and I'm trying to lose fat, that's one of the things that I try to do is that I try to focus on food that has less fat in it. That way I can eat more. Because if I'm on a deficit, I'm already taking less food as it is. I don't want to eat less on top of that already. I want to eat as much as I can on that deficit. And so that's one of the things that I pay attention to when I'm going to choose my foods and trying to make it fit my macros is that I try to pay attention for the most part is taking the less amount of fat, the least amount of calories, and the highest amount of protein that I can in every food. And so you just have to start paying attention to those nutritional facts when you go to the store. And over time, as you experiment and figure out which foods fit inside your macros and which foods you don't like. You don't want them to fit inside your macro at all, because some of those foods, they suck. They're trash. I wouldn't even recommend them to anybody. But there's foods out there that will fit your macros, and they're delicious. You could actually substitute a fast food meal that you would be craving that day and be okay with it, as you don't even consider it as you being as on a diet, because that food is so delicious. And so one of the things that I've been eating right now that is a snack, it's just a snack. It's a sugar-free Jello, because I could eat the whole family size box and it'll have 40 calories in it and almost no carbs and very few protein. And it's pretty much just water, and it says it's sugar free, but it's probably high fructose corn syrup. I really haven't looked inside of those details. Like I said, I was just paying attention to the calories. And I could eat that whole family size portion in one sitting if I wanted to, and I will be completely guilt free, because I know that it won't, 40 calories won't affect my macros at all. And it has no fat, very few protein, and very few carbs. So that's one of the things that I've been on right now is sugar-free Jello, and I can eat that guilt-free, not have to worry about my macros. And it's not even like I'm gonna eat the whole family size portion if I wanted to. For the most part, I eat it in quarters. So that day I'll eat a quarter, the next day I'll eat a quarter, and then that's how I do it. But if I was stressing out that day and I just wanted something sweet and I just gave in to temptation, that's what I would go for. It's sugar-free Jello. And you could do sugar-free Jello, or you could do sugar-free, the Great Value Jello version of Jello, which is the same thing, same macros, except it's saving you about $1. If you're on a budget and you're trying to hit your macros, then that's what I would recommend. And so, yeah, I think that's one of the things that you have to pay attention to as a beginner, because it's easy for me that has been doing it for a while. So just get on a deficit, pay attention to your macros, make sure you hit your macros daily, and you have no idea what that means. I could put that out there in a 30-second video, but I won't be able to explain it in full detail for a beginner to understand. And for the most part, it just takes time to repeat the same thing over and over again before it actually sits inside of your head, and you begin to take action on that. And so that's where I'm at right now, is that I'm trying to transition over into making longer form videos so I can put them into YouTube to help y'all guys and girls out, because I know that it's not easy to do this, especially when you're trying to do this long term, because that's the only way that you're going to get those results. Is you have to realize that it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen in a month. You might see some changes, but you're not going to hit that ideal body that you aiming for or that you've wanted to in a month. It's going to take more than that. It might take a year, it may take longer than that. I've been doing it for a long time now, and I am still not at my ideal body weight. And that's the thing about it too, is that I don't think that you'll ever really reach your ideal body type or the body that you want. And you have to be okay with that, because I will go to the gym sometimes and I'll look around and I'm not satisfied with the way that I am. I'll look at other people, other guys, and I'll be like, man, I wish I was big as that guy. And then there'll be other days that I'm like, man, you know what? Like, I want to be lean and I want to be small. And it just varies on that day, on that mood that you're in. Because for jujitsu, I want to be more mobile. I don't want to be big. And I'm not saying that there's not guys out there that are big and fast. Look at football players. Some of those guys, they're huge and they're fast. But that's just not me. Even at my size, I'm not the most mobile person out there. And so that's something that I have to work on to this day when I go to the gym, is that I do want to get bigger. But at the same time, I think about jujitsu, and that's what I'm focused mostly on when I'm training at the gym. I'm focused on jujitsu because that's something that I'm interested in as well. And so that's another thing that you have to think about or remember when you're starting off at the gym, is that just don't get impatient and realize that it's going to take time for you to reach this goal. It's not going to happen overnight. If you expect it to happen overnight, I wouldn't even recommend it. You're not even in the right mindset as it is. You have to go in and be like all in and be like, hey man, I'm going to start this and I'm going to commit this. I'm going to commit to this. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, And that's why I'm going to do this, because I know that it's going to be hard. And when I look back, when I have achieved my goal and I look back, I'll be able to realize and be like, hey, I knew when I first started this that it was going to be difficult, and I toughed it out and I did it anyways. And I was able to hit my goal. When so many other people gave up, and when so many other people try to get me to eat that cookie or to eat that cake or eat that bag of chips or that slice of pizza that's so fucking delicious, you said no and you stuck through it and you were able to reach your goals. Well, anyways, I think that's all for today because I'm almost home. I'll talk to y'all guys and girls next time.